guys, it is Tonya, Thrifty Treasures. Welcome to another video. So in today's video, I'm excited, super excited to introduce you to Rhonda from Got Junk in Our Trunk. Now, Rhonda is super active in the reseller community and a very, very sweet lady. And I really enjoyed her video, and I know that you guys are going to enjoy it too. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Here's Rhonda from Got Junk in Our Trunk.
Morning. I'm Rhonda Presgrove, and I own Got Junk in Our Trunk Estate Services. And Tonya with Thrifty Treasures sent me a message and asked me to do a little video of who I am and what I do and introduce myself to the reseller community, and I was happy to do that. I figured the easiest way to do this and the most effective way, I guess, is just to take you on a typical day in the life of an estate liquidator. It's never typical. I've always got a different one of these, and I'll explain the highlights another time. It highlights my brain. I didn't start out as a liquidator at all. I started out as a stay-at-home mom for 21 years. I was raising an only child, my daughter. And after I divorced, I went into the work field. I had a friend that offered me a job at a Christian bookstore, local large chain Christian bookstore here in town, and I decided that I would do that. That would be a safe place for me. I had not really worked out in the work field very much, little piddling jobs. But I had homeschooled and done some little things from home. I did some catering, a little bit of wedding, event planning, those type of things. I'm very organized most of the time. You wouldn't know it by my storage unit right now, but I'm very organized most of the time. And so those were things that I could do from home easily and not impede on the family life. And so I worked there for about a year and a half, and my daughter, that was 18, moving into 19 at the time, was still living at home, and we were both actually working at the same bookstore. And we decided that we didn't like it working for somebody else. We wanted to work for ourselves. And through a series of events, we decided to open a cleaning company. That was something I did well. That was something that she could do what I needed her to do, and we had worked together before, and we decided to do that because it was daily money. You get paid on the day. So I opened a cleaning company with a mop bucket and mop, and I had that company full-time for about 13 years. We called it Help Me Rhonda Cleaning Services. Wonder why. And after I had it for a while, I was the largest non-franchised that was outside the Memphis area, actually inside the Memphis area too. I live about 4 miles south of Memphis, Tennessee, and South Haven, Mississippi, just over the state line. And after I had been a franchise owner, and I was actually a mentor and moderator for the Global Cleaning Association. Another long story that I'll give in one of my videos one day. I was approached by a customer, and she asked me to help her organize her mother's estate. I already had a key to the home because I had been cleaning for Mom. And I ended up helping her set up the estate and the tag sale and all that. Now let me insert here, I've been a junker since I was 14 years old, so I had some working knowledge of a variety of things, not everything, but a variety of things like glassware and things like that, just because I had dealt with it on my own and bought and sold. So I helped her with that, and after that weekend sale, I started thinking about it, and I thought, wow, I really like doing this. And at the time, I had a staff of 18 cleaning techs that worked for me, and 3 managers of different varieties that I needed in my business. And so basically I was a figurehead. I didn't have to go into the office, although I did every day. That's just who I am. So I talked with my operations manager and decided to open this operation on the side. And so we opened Got Junk in Our Trunk Estate Services. And I went through anything with the National Association of Professional Organizers and went through some different things there and got some credentials built up. But I started doing this for my customers first, and then it's just kind of morphed into where it is today. It got to where I was buying and selling, buying out entire estates and putting them into storage and things like that. And then that kind of morphed into, I did a liquidation for a friend of mine who is a commercial realtor. And he had a 5,000 square foot building that the renter had jumped rent on, and he needed a liquidator to come in, and called me. I liquidated the building of all these brand new home decor items, light fixtures, you know, anything that you can think of that the guy couldn't throw into his own truck and leave during the middle of the night, I guess. And I got about halfway through that liquidation, and I knew I had a lot of stuff in storage, and I thought, you know, I think I want this building. Be a lot cheaper, and I could have a storefront, and people might actually buy my stuff straight from the store. And in the long run, it was a really great experience. For about 3 years, I had Got Junk in Our Trunk. We called it affectionately the Trunk in this area. Built up a lot of clientele, built up a lot of vendors and dealers that were friends, and that's kind of where I am today, minus the shop. I sold the cleaning business in 2013. I ran the shop for about those 3 years, and in July of 2016 closed the shop down. So now I am semi-retired. I use that term lightly. My grandchildren and children live with me because I liquidated their home for them to be able to move into a different one, and they decided, and we decided, that we like living together, so we might look for a house in the country with chickens soon. Not kidding. I like what I do. In fact, I love what I do. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of sweat. I'm 57 years old, and I move furniture and everything else under the sun on the really good days, and on the bad days, I push it off to another day because I own my own business and can do that. But today I'll be going to several different places, so I just figured I'd take you along for the ride. I have some pickups to do today out of this messy unit. I've also got a lady that's supposed to pick up some symbols, and you know where they are, right? Like boxes of them, like way, you see, like way back there. This ought to be fun. She's gonna pick them up in about an hour and a half. Let's see if I can sling some of this stuff around, right? You need to go to my booth, darling. I need you in my booth. Rosie the Wonder Van. Sorry about the poor film quality, but I'm in a hurry today. Y'all get it, right? We've already got stuff going to the estate today. I'll make a trip over there. Brand new estate starts today. So that ought to be fun. Things to drop off at the booths and so forth. Usually I'm pretty organized, but this morning not so much. Alright, let's see if we can get these symbols moved out of here. Had to pay the water bill, and it was around the corner here at near the police station and the library. I figured I would come by the library real quick. I've got about 45 minutes before I have to meet the lady about the symbols, so It's not far from my storage. I figured I'd pop in here. They have Friends of the Library sale items going on sometimes, and I could get books for a quarter or 50 cents or whatever, so, and it'll help the library if I can find a good parking place. It's supposed to start raining. I didn't want to get too far. Perfect. Woohoo! Let's see what they got. This might take a minute. I might need to come back. Well, I just got asked did I want to look at a unit that the storage manager is liquidating, so we'll see how this turns out. Hey,
how are you?
Good to meet you.
Whitney? Yes.
I'm Rhonda.
Nice
It's
to
nice to
meet
meet
you.
you. These are some of the symbols and stuff that we've got out. I think it's a box of 4 in here. So
Okay.
we'll just pull some out.
Sure.
See if that's what you're looking for. Now, what kind of studio do you have? Tell me about
Oh,
it.
we've got a music studio out in Bartlett, and so we've got about 140 students.
Okay, that's
studying.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you've got all percussion or?
Yes, percussion in one of our studios, and we have all the other instruments in another.
Oh, that's
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, you spread them.
So yes, yes.
But these are all the economy, you know, they're all exactly alike. And then I pulled out some drumsticks too for you. If you need something like that. Is that something you're interested
Yes,
in?
absolutely. That would be great.
All
Yeah.
right, awesome.
Yeah.
So let's just get you back
All
here
right,
and we'll
thank
get you
you.
loaded up. It is loud out here for women.
It is.
I'll help you get loaded up. Thanks so much. I
you.
appreciate it. Okay, so that was a whirlwind for a minute. Whitney ended up coming and picking up 16 sets instead of 15 sets of the symbols. She decided that she wanted to buy the other set as well. And I had also pulled out those drumsticks. I usually get about $4 a pair. And there's the Vic Firth. They're running about $8.95, I think, for the hickory sticks that are on eBay right now. So I sell them for about $4 in my booth so that I can liquidate them pretty fast. I had them at $3 and I went up to $4 about 6 weeks ago because they kept selling. So you just do it till it saturates. I got into the estate and didn't set the alarm off, so that means it's a good day. The homeowner here is an acquaintance I've had for several years. I haven't seen her in several years, but I've known her several years. And she is very organized, and the family did about half of my processing job for me on this one, unknowingly, I guess. They're very organized, and they put Tupperware together, it's looking like, and all kinds of things. I haven't been in here since the bid, so this is the first. I kind of knew what they had done, but looks like they gathered it up. We'll have to stage it, but other than that, but see, a lot of this is empty, which is awesome. They've taken family or initials and put on either closets or whatever so that out-of-town family can come up over the next couple of weeks while I'm processing here, and I can process around that, and they're going to pull their items out so everything's for sale in the house. That's a nice piece. It's got all the keys and everything. Isn't that awesome? Her dad was kind of a junker, and she's a junker, or was. So moving their stuff into her stuff is not going to work. She's got all of her stuff set, which is very nice, but she's got a few pieces that she's going to take, but the rest of it we need to get rid of for her. This is not a foreclosure, so we're not taking blinds and stuff. If it was a foreclosure, we'd be selling everything, including the wallpaper off the walls if we needed to liquidate if the bank was going to take over. We usually have about 30 days, so we get in there, and within a couple of weeks we just go through things, pull out anything that is personal information, and we just let people have at it. By the end of the day, everything's $1. But not in this situation. This is going to be a traditional estate sale. We don't have as much large furniture as I do in some of them, but again, like I've said on my channel, I take the mid-grade ones that a lot of the estate companies don't, because I don't have a lot involved in them. I don't have to inventory. I set it up to where I do a box and bundle sale, and I just go in and tag the large furniture, and the rest of it I have gone through visually, so I know what we have and all of that, and I just set up white tables and they bundle it up and we give them a price on it. So it cuts down a whole lot on my payroll. Oh, it's dark in here. Cuts down a lot on my payroll, and a lot on my time. So I can just come in and do what I need to do in a quick look-see. I've done this long enough. We've got one closet in here to do, so that's not bad. Families took over the other one. This is mostly clothes and just stuff. Looks like I said, this is my first view again. Let's see what's on the other end of the house. I think this is attic. Nope. Closet. Empty closet. Yay. We got old trunks. Some of the furniture's staying, some of it's going. Barrister case. One of the family members is going to take. Ooh. Stuff in here. Looks like. Just basics. And what I'll do is just work out of one of the bedrooms. I'll probably make one of the bedrooms linens, soft goods, those type of things, and just kind of leave those things in whatever room has the most of them, and kind of stage it. We don't go to a lot of trouble on these kind of estates. We just try and get it out and get it out of the house so that they can list it. A lot of times we'll get a house sold for them because we got it empty. Let's see. Can I reach this? Maybe. Not that one. Turning off fans, turning on lights. It's a crapshoot. That's almost empty. Looks like mostly a Christmas room, so this will be a Christmas room. We'll pull things from the garage, tool shed, you know, things like that. So I'm turning off lights because I'm hoping I'll exit after I show you guys this. I'll get to exit. And real quickly, run, Rhonda, run. More piles to go through. And it's in your mind right now. I wonder how long it's going to take her to do that. I've got a month. And probably processing 3 days a week. I'll get it done in a couple of weeks by myself. To the point that I can sell it. I'm going to come in another day probably. I'm low on battery right now. So that's another reason I'm running. But I'm low on battery, so I'll probably end up coming back another day and taking some photos and putting it up on estatesales.net. As you can see, there's stuff out in the garage. There's also a huge tool shed that I won't go out to because I'd have to take the alarm off and all that. And like I said, I'm low on battery right now, but huge tool shed. We've got a gator out there for sale, and we've got lots of woodworking tools, some old cabinets, things like that from the Baptist Hospital downtown when they did a renovation. He went down there and he purchased all of them and made them into cabinets and stuff. So they're freestanding and we can sell those, she said. He's got a John Deere almost new lawn tractor. So this one ought to be fun. Let's get it. Clock on the wall says it's 2 o'clock. I left at 9:20, I think it was this morning. So it's been a busy morning into the early afternoon, but I've got just enough time to run by Park Avenue Thrift. It's a lot like Salvation Army. And I won't take you inside there because this film is plenty long enough. I'm sure Tonya will have to probably edit it, which is fine. It's been a good day, but I need to get by Park Avenue Thrift, and they have a half price for anyone 55 or over, which I am. So I'm going to see what I can get there. And then I'll probably run by the Ben's, which is about 15 minutes from my house. See what I can get there, and then I will be home for the day, probably around 4:30 today. I'll get to love on grandbabies. I'll get to hug my kids. Then I'll probably spend part of the evening watching YouTube. Tonya, I'll start with you. Whether you have a new video up or not, I'll just start with you. And list on eBay and Etsy. We'll see what happens, right? Happy junking.
Great video, Rhonda. Thank you so much for participating in my video series where I introduce resellers who are also new to YouTube content creators to the reseller community. So if you guys would like to participate in this, you can send me an email at tlsheets@comcast.net, and I would be glad to work with you. So I hope that everybody will go over and subscribe to Rhonda's YouTube channel, Got Junk in Our Trunk, and I will put all of her social media links in the description box down below. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.